My name's Father Peter Munguti Makau, a Consolata missionary, born on the 6th of May, 1975. I was born in Nairobi, Pumwani maternity, and I did my primary education in Nairobi in a school called Madaraka School Primary School, Madaraka Road Primary School. And then later, when I was in standard 7, we relocated with my mother to Machakos. So I can say originally I'm from Machakos, is where my family is, in Machakos Diocese, a parish called Christ the King Parish, which is called Christ the King Parish Masi, which is around 28 kilometers from Machakos town. Yeah. My experience as a priest and also the vocation, of course, the first years, that's the formation, I did it here, in Kenya. We can say after primary, I did it in Madaraka Primary School and also 𝐂𝐤𝐿 Primary School, which is in Machakos. Then later, I went to minor seminary, Paul VI Junior Seminary, that is in Machakos Diocese, for 4 years. Then later I did my philosophy here in Nairobi, that is Consolata Seminary in Lang'ata, for 3 years. And then later I did my novitiate here, where in Sagana, where now we profess and become Consolata Missionaries. And then later I was sent to Democratic Republic of Congo, where I went to do my theology studies. And then after that, that is for 5 years, 4 years for theology and 1 year for language. And then later, after ordination, I was sent, because after novitiate, you do the vows, you profess the vows of obedience, chastity, and poverty. So by the vow of obedience, I was given the first obedience to go to, that is after ordination, to go to Venezuela. Of course, the diaconate ordination was done in Congo. That was the year 2003, November. And then priesthood, it was done in my parish, that is in Machakos, Masi Parish, Christ the King, on the feast of Christ the King. That was 20th of November 2004. Now later is when I was sent to Venezuela for my pastoral, my apostolate. And the first thing I had to learn language, that is Spanish, for around 5-6 months. And then I was sent in a parish as an assistant parish priest for 4 years. This parish is called St. Joachim and St. Anne in Caracas, the Diocese of Caracas. I worked there for 4 years. Then later I became also the parish priest for around 7 years in that parish. And then later after that, now is when I was elected as the delegate superior of Venezuela. That is the year 2014. From 2014 to 2019, there were 2 mandates. The first one from 2014 to 2016, and then from 2016 to 2019, I was elected as the delegate superior. And then after finishing is now when I came back to Kenya. It was also another obedience that the General Superior requested that if I could come back to Kenya for this particular mission. And that's what I came for the last, since 2019 to date, until when now the Holy Father appointed me to be the Coadjutor Bishop of the Diocese of Isiolo. So in matters of pastoral work, yes, I have an experience of pastoral work. As I've mentioned, that I've worked in the parish, I can say roughly for almost 11 years, I've been in the parish. And then in the office of now visiting confreres and missions, we have always been in touch with what is happening in the parishes, no? So I have I can say, a wide experience of working in the parish. And also, even I usually say, and that one I put it always positively, no? Even when I went to Congo, it was in a very particular situation when Congo was in war. And despite this, the challenges of Congo, we loved the place and we enjoyed. In Venezuela also the same thing. So the experience, pastoral experience, that one, I actually thank the Lord for it. As we know, the nuncio, apostolic nuncio of Kenya and Southern Sudan is a good gentleman. I mean, he welcomes you very well. He just told me, "Hey, Father, welcome." So he began asking me, how are you? How is the Consolata Missionaries? How is the life? I just shared with him that everything is quite okay. He also asked me about our Superior General, that is Father Lengarin. How is he faring on with his work? I told him, yeah, we are doing on well. We had even our regional conference that is planning for the next 6 years, and it went on well. I said, okay, that's very good. And then he began now mentioning about the dioceses where we are working, and he mentioned in particular Isiolo. And he told me, you see now, Isiolo, we have Bishop Anthony Mukobo Ireri, who is doing a good work in Isiolo, and as you know, he is now approaching the age of retirement, that is 75 years. And the Holy Father has been thinking of having a coadjutor bishop to help Bishop Mukobo in the work of shepherding the flock of Isiolo Diocese. And was very, very positive and told him, yeah, that's very good. I mean, we need to continue nurturing and helping the work and continue the good work that the diocese, the bishop has done, knowing that it was an apostolic vicariate, and since last year it became a diocese. So I was like very eager, telling him, that's very good that we can get a coadjutor bishop that can help Bishop Mukobo. And then he just told me, now, this person that the Holy Father has thought, it is you. And I was just like, what? I know, my head, I fell in a shock. I couldn't really imagine. And I began now questioning myself, but why me? Why? I mean, still I have the responsibility of the congregation, because you have to finish the mandate next year, God willing, that is 2025 in the month of June. I mean, so many things come into one's own mind, I mean, I'm not worthy. I mean, so as usual, the nuncio gave me some time to think about it. Yeah, and he's saying, you are free. I mean, think about it, reflect about it, and well, the Holy Father is waiting for an answer. So what came to my mind, first of all, was the fact that when the Holy Father now requests you something, I mean, meaning the Holy Father is the one who is in charge of the whole church. I mean, maybe has seen the qualities that you have and the capacity that you can, maybe something more that you can add to it. I mean, how can you dare say no? And then by the virtue also being a religious of the vow of obedience, you cannot say no to the Holy Father. So I just said yes, and what was coming to my mind was the Blessed Virgin Mary, when the angel Gabriel came to visit her, and she had her own project, and now God was coming with a totally different project. I mean, she just accepted this project without even understanding what it entails, what she can do. And she said, I am the handmaid of the Lord, let it be done to me according to your word. And that is exactly what I told the nuncio, that I'm just like the Blessed Virgin Mary. I don't know where to begin, how it is to be done. And as usual, the nuncio, in a very fatherly way, he just encouraged me, told me, yeah, it is possible. It's just like a leap that somebody is having in the dark, but God always gives you the necessary graces for the mission that He has given to you. So that's what I just accepted, and from there, now the next process came into being. No? First and foremost is that I've been working in there in the circles of Consolata Missionaries, people that we have grown together, we have been formed together, we have undergone also the same constitution. That one has helped a lot, I mean. And then secondly, I think the fact of the team that I have had, no, be it in Venezuela, be it here in Kenya, that is the colleagues that with whom we have been in the council together. I mean, I usually say they are the ones really who have, we can say, have done the 99.9% of the work, because we have formed we formed a very good teamwork together. That is the council that we had here in Kenya and also in Venezuela, where we could complement one another. I mean, we could speak one voice, we could challenge one another, we could correct one another. And that teamwork, that spirit of unity, really I think is what I can say has helped me a lot. I have really learned a lot from them, and they have really supported me, just as I have supported them. No? So I do believe that one is one of, I usually say, the key element that, I mean, in this world, to move alone, you cannot go very far. I mean, it's better when, as the saying says, no, if you want to go very fast, you need to go alone. But if you want to go very far, you need to be accompanied. You need to have another person. And this another person is trying to create, we are very diverse in different ways, but create that unity. And that's what really I can say I've been a witness of that. First of all is, I do believe, is to thank the work that Bishop Mukobo has been doing and continues to do, because he has been there for the diocese since the year 2006, if at all I'm not wrong, 2006, yeah, when he was taken, I mean, was requested from when he was the auxiliary bishop of Nairobi and was taken to Isiolo. So he has really done a lot, put the structures of the diocese, and now when it was elevated from the apostolic vicariate to a diocese, it means that a lot has been done. And something also positive is the fact that Bishop Mukobo also now was like preparing a transition. For me, which I see is something very, very positive, that somebody does not come from nowhere to begin, no? But somebody really tries to nurture you, to tell you, look, I've been doing like this. This has been my way of doing things. So, I mean, you are welcomed. I mean, what he has been doing perfectly well, you try to perfect it. Yeah, and maybe something new that we can bring it also comes into board, no? So, my motto, even you can say, is just to continue, first of all, to understand, to learn. And it's the same thing that we did also here in Kenya. The first years is to come and try to learn, first of all, to be very close to the clergy, the priests, and then also the missions that are there, and also the laity, the religious people, so that first of all you try to understand how the diocese has been running. And then later now, slowly by slowly, now we try to work together. And I think this spirit of synodality is really trying to help us a lot. No? It is a spirit of communion, participation, and mission. It is not, you can say, maybe the one man's work, that is maybe the bishop alone. No, on the contrary. It is the participation of every person, the communion bringing people together, and then the mission, which is the finality of being witnesses of Christ wherever we have been sent. So I do believe that this transition that Bishop Mukobo requested, because normally the auxiliary bishop is the coadjutor bishop, normally the sitting bishop is the one who requests for it. No, that, I mean, he writes to the Holy Father saying that I need a coadjutor bishop. And now the Holy See, through the apostolic nunciature, they begin the process. So you can say that initiative came from Bishop Mukobo himself. It's not that he's the one who said that I'm to be the one. No, on the contrary. I mean, the Holy See has his policies to do the follow-up. But what Bishop Mukobo wanted was a helper to come so that he can do this period of transition, which for me is something that I've learned from him. No? So is how can you prepare your successor? Let me put it like that. No? How can you prepare your successor, which sometimes in the African context, sometimes it is very, very, very difficult. No? Sometimes you want to be pinned in the chair. No? But really, he has really like he's setting a pace also for us. No? How can I prepare the person who is going to take over from me? Yeah, first of all, Isiolo, as you have mentioned, it is Isolo Diocese as such. It is 1 year old since it became a diocese. So it is a diocese that it's growing. I mean, it is on the northern part of Kenya, but it is, you can say it is the central, because they usually say from Isiolo to Mombasa, Isiolo to Western is like equidistance, meaning that even you can call that Isiolo was supposed to be like the capital city of Kenya, no? But of course, you know, the northern part of Kenya is semi-arid and also arid, no? So it is a diocese that is growing, that has a lot of many challenges. For example, even the priests, they are around 30, that is the diocesan priest plus also the religious that are working there. It is a very cosmopolitan county and also a diocese, in that we have, of course, the Boranas, we have the Muslims, Somalis, we have the Marians, we have the Samburus, we have the Turkana, we have, I mean, it is a mixture. No? So it is a place, first of all, that, as I was mentioning before, is a place that we need, there's a lot of diversity, but now this diversity is how can we bring this diversity to create a lot of unity, not only because of the Catholic Church, but also with other organizations, other religions. We have also the Muslims. We have also different, NGOs that work within the diocese, and especially in the northern part of Kenya, is how can we bring all this diversity together to help the people, because at the end of the time, what is at stake is the element of making Christ closer to the people, to the people of God. Secondly, it is also a mission land, and I do believe as Consolata missionaries, our charism is very clear. You know, we talk about evangelization and human promotion. Yeah, so it is something that we need also to continue also to foster. How can we really evangelize? How can we make Christ known? But how can we also improve the living standard of the people? Some years back, of course, a lot of donation was coming from outside, that is from Europe and especially in Italy. But nowadays, it needs to be generated within. And I do believe, and Bishop Mukobo and also the other bishops of the North have begun creating that self-reliance, self-awareness that they themselves are capable of doing it. And even now, as we put it even clearly now, is the fact that even the church now in Africa, we can say, some years back, it was a church of mission. Missionaries were coming. But now it has transformed itself from being a church of mission to a continent of missionaries, in that so many missionaries are coming from Africa, are coming from Kenya, and are being sent, first of all, in Africa itself, but also in the other parts of the world. We are even exporting, you can even say. Like even we as Consolata missionaries, how many missionaries are working outside Kenya, outside Africa, outside Uganda, no? Many. So it is a moment of that creating that self-consciousness, self-awareness, missionary awareness that we are capable. When you unite together, we can see how we can improve the living standards of the people, no? And I think also the church in Kenya is also mature for that. You call it that missionary animation, no? Not to think about the church itself, no? But to see how can we reach also to the less fortunate of the society, no? Like within the Kenya, I mean, the other dioceses also to help the dioceses that might be in need. Isiolo as such is one of these land of mission. Yeah, land of mission in the sense that we have, Consolata Missionaries, we have the so-called the Adjentes. Adjentes, which is charism, that is Adjentes, ad vitam, ad pauperes, and also ad extra, no? Is one of our core values as a congregation, no? So when you talk about that, Bishop Mukobo has been there and he has laid the foundation, I can say. He has laid the foundation, and now ourselves, we are just going to continue what he himself has done, no? And by so doing, we are going really to try to continue the spirit, the spirit that our blessed founder really emphasized, because he himself was saying that before you can make them Christians, make them human beings. And that's why I usually say that evangelization and human promotion, they go together. So Bishop Mukobo has already put this, we can say, the structures for that, no? And by the being of the same congregation, the same spirituality, I mean, that I think can also help. But not only because we are consolatas, I mean, we need also to open up ourselves to the other people, no? I mean, and that's why I was mentioning the fact that we have the clergy, that even the local clergy which comes from there, that we need to unite forces together so that we can think together. We can make a strategic plan for the diocese according to the reality which is there and how we can answer to it. Well, first and foremost is to thank even Bishop Anthony Mukobo, because after the announcement, he was the first one, I mean, to be very, very close, to welcome me to the Diocese of Isiolo, and is even the one who told me, please make an effort of coming on Sunday so that after the news had gone viral, I mean, to see who is this person. And we went, and it was really a very brotherly welcome, I mean, introducing me to every person. We even celebrated Mass together, and even it was being aired online in the local, I can call it the local radio station, Radio Shahidi, and it was really a very good gesture. Then we met also with some of the leaders, the priest, even that the following week. It was really a nice experience, no? So I can even say just that even the ones who do not know me already, I mean, of course they have seen me in the photo, and even last Sunday, I even managed also to go to another station. This weekend, of course, we are going also to go and visit another parish, just to present myself to them, no? But talking about myself, I usually say that I'm just a humble servant coming to learn so that we can walk together. Yeah, a humble servant that is willing to come to learn. We walk together in this journey of faith. Yeah, this spirit of synodality, of communion, participation, and mission. First and foremost, I do believe legacy, of course, it all depends from which perspective that somebody can look it from. But from where I stand, I do believe that one of the legacy is trying to be close. And that one I've always tried to do wherever I have been, no? Close to the people whom I serve. And our confreres, even the parishes that we have always visited, even the people that we have worked with, I mean, I've tried to be very, very close. I mean, to feel, we call it the issue of the empathy, the compassion, to know also what is happening in the life of the other person, no? So in the region of Kenya, really we have tried, but not I myself alone, but we can say as a team, we try to be very, very close to the missionaries and to the missions, and that really has helped us a lot, no? Secondly, also that richness that we have as a congregation, That is, first of all, we are diverse, different nationalities, different centers of studies, different age groups. I mean, but despite this diversity that we have had, we have tried to create a lot of unity. And that is one, usually, as I mentioned before, one of our strong points. So that one I can say is also another legacy that we would wish also to continue. No? Thirdly is also the aspect of simplicity, because I do believe when we are humble, when we are simple, it is easier for people even to come closer to you. No? And really that one I've learned even a lot, especially when we could be moving from one side to the other, from Uganda, that is Kapeka, to Adu in Malindi. I mean, all the missionaries have been just to be close to the people of God, I mean, with a lot of humility, knowing that we are just mere servants. We are there to serve the people of God. And I think that one is what I can say, the legacy that it characterizes me or the team with whom we have worked, always to be at the service of the people of God.